Hello,
Mhm.
everyone, and welcome to Latin Voices for another episode of Latin Voices. So, today we have a special guest all the way from New Zealand. She's originally from Fiji. So, we're going to meet her a little bit later. So, let's start with meeting each one of us. So, I'll start. My name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama. I live in Surrey, British Columbia. I work in the movie industry, and I'm a digital business owner. Isabel?
Hello, everyone. My name is Isabel Vargas. I'm originally from Mexico. I live in the United States. I'm married. I have three kids, and I work for the school system as a teacher assistant, and I also own my digital business.
Thank you, Isabel.
Hola, hola, hello everyone. My name is Yessi. I'm a nurse by professional. I live in Ontario, Canada. I came from Cuba, and I'm also part of this amazing community of entrepreneurs online.
Thank you, Jesse. Okay, so let's bring our guest to the studio. Hi, Devina. Oh, you're mute. Sorry.
Hi everyone.
Hi. Welcome to our Latin Voice Live.
Thank you. Hi everyone. My name is Devina Patel. I'm originally from Fiji, but I currently reside in New Zealand. I am a finance professional. I have 20 years of work experience in the finance sector, but currently working in the supply chain. I hail from the beautiful islands of Fiji, and I'm also a proud digital online business owner. And I'm here to do a live chat with my three sisters, the Latin sisters, and we're gonna discuss about our digital business. So back to you, Sandy.
Thank you, Devina. Okay, so let's start with the first question.
In terms of the questions, what inspired me to become part of this online business? Well, what I have to say to the viewers who are watching us today is I wanted to be my own boss. I told myself that I don't want to work 9 to 5 jobs. I'm tired of it. I have nearly 20 years of finance experience. At a point in my career last year, I was due to restructure in their organization. I used to work for an international organization. Anything can happen. So then I did get employment in a foreign country, which I had to relocate as well. But moving to from Fiji to New Zealand, I can see that we still have challenges and struggles. That is when I came across this online business, and I love the community because you get everything, the features it offers is you have a mentor, you have a coach, and you don't get that in a traditional business setup. So when I saw this, the webinar for 90 minutes, I said, if someone else can do it, I can do it. And I had this mindset when I was growing up. So I always used to tell myself, I used to have the mindset, if my cousin can do it, if my friends can do it, I can do it. So I grew up with that mindset, and also one day I also want to see myself as a coach as well, because I do a lot of coaching, mentoring young ones who are struggling in their work life because they're not able to balance it. Because I also struggled when I was in my work life, but I had nobody to explain to me that this is how you balance it. So now I'm reached a point in my career. So I said, let me use this online business tool to help others grow. So that's from my side, Sandy.
Okay, thank you. Um, yeah, I guess everyone joins for different reasons. So you join because you work like many years in your industry. So now you need a little bit of change in your life. Yeah, for my part, it was um, it was the long hours that I work in the movie industry that I wanted to be able to retire early, and then to be able, because I have aging parents, so I want to be able to be there when they're gonna need me. You know, like as they start aging, like right now they're independent. But yeah, that was one of the reasons why inspired me to join the business, and because I love to travel too. I love the flexibility of the business because it's portable. You know.
Yeah,
What about
something
you?
similar. Also similar, I did join the business as well. Like why I form part of this business because I'm a nurse. I do make a good money, and but you are making good money. You're giving your time to work, but you don't have your time for your family, for yourself. So it was really hard. Oh, it's still really hard. We're working our way in, but it's still really hard to get time off or time for vacation or time to spend with your family, even if you are sick. Like it's really hard to take that time off. So my mentality at that time was like, I need to find something that something happened to me at work, or I need to stop working at what is next? Like if something happened to my health, what's something that I can do from home? What is something that I can do without going out? So that's when I start thinking and looking at ways or different ways to earn income extra. And that's when I came up with this business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
wanted to say?
the reason I joined is, I have several reasons. I wanted more time with my family, and we love to travel. So I'm like, okay, well, this is a perfect fit because I can spend time with my family and we can travel together while I still run my business from other places. So, like Sandy say, I have aging parents as well. So they're already retired. I want to spend more time with them as well. When we travel together. And that's why I'm like, okay, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I need. And that's why I joined the business.
Yes. Thank you, Isabel. Okay,
Mhm.
so let me just go here. Okay, so the second question is, were you skeptical before joining this business, and what would you tell those who are skeptical?
Thank you, Sandy. In terms of skeptical, I'm a finance person, so yes, I am very skeptical. I am in my earlier days when I was doing my education, I would say I did some finance papers, and we do have some observation of we. I did apply my studies in terms of this business. I did my due diligence in terms of doing backgrounds, the authenticity of the business that I'm doing. Is this a scam? Because most of the people in my country, in Fiji, have been scammed on this. There was an phase where a lot of people were cheated and they lost a lot of money. So this is like what happens in that scenario, and people don't show their faces. And what we do in our business is that we are real people who are coming out of our own daily lives and showing ourselves as individuals. And like one of our sisters said, she's a registered nurse. She would not come out and show her face because she has a registration license she's putting at risk. So you can be banned from your own practices. Like I'm a professional accountant, so I would not risk my accountant license or whatever I have to come out and scam people. So what happens is that when I looked at this opportunity, when I knew that the risk in terms of investment, yes, it's there. There's a set of fee, yes, but I am a person who loves to take risk, and I took my leap of faith and I jumped. And I never thought about the consequences because I am facing my fear in terms because everything is in my thoughts. If it's in my thoughts, it's not real. So what I did was when I saw this opportunity, and I just jumped without looking at the consequence, because the consequence will come in phases. It's a process. So people who are watching, I understand they are very skeptical. I had friends who told me that, have you got any results? I said to them, I have no results yet, but what am I doing? I'm very consistent. I'm a person who's disciplined in my life, so I manage my time very well. So every day I am right now on vacation. I came back home to Fiji. So what I'm doing, I'm building my confidence in terms of go live. So I'm doing go lives with my three sisters who are from the other side, and see, that's the beauty about this business, is that you can take it anywhere. So yes, Sandy, that's from my side. Thanks.
Thank you, Devina. Uh, yeah, in my case, I was not I was not skeptical. but there were different reasons why, because some things that were happening in my life at that time that kind of like aligned with the ad that pop out, and then I decided to watch it, because like they were talking about traveling, so that's one of the reasons why kind of like piqued my interest. And then as I went through, with the like learning more about the business, that I saw like the business check all the boxes that I was looking for. So that's what really made me. And then I got the pleasure to meet the actual community. Like I went to the Calgary convention, so that like really say, okay, yeah, this is for me. So that's why I joined. But yeah, I wasn't skeptical, but I think it was like a divine guidance that got me to this business. What about you, girls?
I would say that when I saw the the webinar, and when I researched saw the webinar, I was like, huh, interesting. I was like, oh, this sounds like something that I would love to do. But when I showed to my husband, like I give him the proposal about the business, he was like, no, he was like skeptical. He said, "No, look at how many people are out there, how many scams. Like you have to be careful, like all of that." But I did believe on the business. I'm here. I'm still here. So yeah, a little bit like I wouldn't say skeptical on my side. I would say like a little bit nervous on the mind side, because when I grow up, we never thought about owning a business. That was not your thought, because you're so poor. You're living day by day for have something on the table, that the last thing that you think is about having a business for yourself. So having a business for myself never was an option for me. So because we never thought that you can achieve. Oh, my English so bad. You never thought that you can achieve that. But yeah, that was the more nervous, but really skeptical husband.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, when I saw the ad, it really got my attention when she mentioned that you could do it from anywhere. I was like, oh yes, this is what I'm looking for. And I sent my information. I watched the webinar, but then I did take a couple of days to think about it and to do my research before I actually decided to get in the business. And then, like Sandy said, I'm also married, so I talked to my husband about it, and he told me absolutely not. He said it's going to be a scam. You're going to lose your money, and he told me I couldn't do it. Um, but every day I was thinking about it. I was like, but this is what I want to do. I really like it. I believe it's true, after all the research. And I decided to join the business. And after I joined, I told him, okay, well, when my product arrived at the house, a big old box, I was like, yeah, that's because I got in the business. And he's like, okay, you got in the business, now you have to commit and you have to work on it. So that's how it worked for me.
Thank you, Isabel. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Devina. Okay, so let's start with the third question.
So, what mindset do you believe is necessary for a success in this business?
Thank you. In terms of the success, well, I see success I measured in my own personal is through uh, failures, and also through your achievements, because achievements we celebrate, but a good business person will never tell you the story of they only tell you the rosy good pictures, but they'll never say that how they got there. It's mostly, for me personally, I was successful mostly through my failures. And I believe failure for me means first attempt in life in anything. I myself did not want to be, I come from a business background. My father had a business, family business. So basically what has happened, when he passed away, the business was sold. And I told myself, I'm going to just work and not run a business. It was at a phase in my life that I had to make a tough decisions that yes, I need to do something on a side hustle and change my own mindset. So as you know, years went, in terms of my mindset, you need to have a very positive mindset. and that you can do it. You have to believe in yourself personally, because no one, people can guide you, people can advise you, but personally, a person will not come next to you and hold your hand and tell you you can tell you to do something. It is you, in terms of your mindset. If you think you can do it, just go for it. That's the beauty about it. Because me personally, when growing up, everybody used to challenge me. So what I used to do, I used to take it as a challenge, and I used to prove people wrong. And I'm happy that till where I have reached in my life. But on, like, now being a proud digital business owner, I see I do have challenges in this business, but I am taking it as a phase of learning. Because you have to take your failures as a learning opportunity, and then you take it and you grow with it slowly. So it's about, this business all about learning and growing. So yeah, that's from my side. Thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, I could add to that. I think like when we grow, like we are taught to be one way. So one of the things that we are taught, is kind of like being perfect. So that's why, like we see like failure like a bad thing, but in reality failure is, like a learning thing that you get, like so you learn from that. So one of the things that was hard as I was growing, like on my journey, not on the business, before joining the business, um, was that like I was trying to be like perfect, like always not to have any failure. So when I got my first failure, that was very hard for me. Like I took it really really hard because like I always was like succeeding in everything, and then when I got that was hard. But then from there I learned, like we are humans, right? So humans are not perfect. So if we made a mistake, that's normal. We just gotta move on and learn from it, so after that, like my thought is like go with the flow. That's what I see life now, like if something, like if a door closes to me, I don't see it anymore, like as a negative thing. I always try to look at the positive side. So if that door closed to me, there must be a reason why. So I just go towards the other side and I just let, like God to guide me. So that's how I see. So I think for the mindset, to do the business, you need to have an open mindset, to be able to see all the possibilities in front of you. And then you have to think positive. So always try to look the positive side of it, because if you stay on the negative side, you're not going to be able to see the things that are in front of you, and you're going to give up on the business. So yeah, I think, do you guys want to add to it?
I just want to say the mindset is important for no, don't matter what you do in life. Can be business, buying a house, anything. Mindset, like you have to think. But even if you are not have all the information, you have to have at least the willingness. Willingness,
Willingness, yes.
willingness.
Yes.
You have to have the willingness to have a change. Like if you really want to change, you really have a goal, you can change your mindset. You can change your mindset reading books, learning from people that already succeeding in something, or from someone that's actually coaching you or mentoring for a succeed. So but a mindset is really important. So yeah.
Thank you, Jesse.
Absolutely. My mindset is very important in anything in life, it's the way you see things, and that's how the way you perceive is the way you act in life. Like a lot of people want to take everything as negative, and they always complain about the smallest thing. But you have to learn. If you're not learning, if you're not making mistakes, that's because you're not trying anything different. You're not thinking out of the box, and you're not moving forward. The people that have a daily routine and they do the same thing over and over and over, they're not really trying, or they don't want to learn. Their mindset is not growing because they're focused on what they're doing, and they're not trying to make changes in their life. So we can't really say that your mindset is set and it's going to stay like that, because you can change your mindset in the way, as you go in life. So it's all up to you the way you want to see things and what you're trying to achieve in life. um, and that's the way you're thinking. If you really want to see results, if you want to change to a positive life, to a quality life, then your mindset has to be growing, and it has to be aligned with what you want in life.
Yeah. Mindset, like we never stop growing our mindset. That's why we need to keep feeding our mind, like to be able to be open to all the things and to adapt to the different changes. So yeah, that's we never stop learning on with the mindset. Like that's part of the
Exactly.
growing as we go. Self-development.
Hmm.
Thank you. Okay, so the next question.
All right. So, how do you feel about our community?
Oh, you're muted, I think.
Well, in terms of our community, well, what I have to say is it's an amazing community we have because we see people from all across the globe. So when I saw this community, I was like amazed because how can you have nearly more than 200,000 business owners and someone when you engage with them, regardless if are you doing something like a chat or you doing a go live or you just talking to them, you get some form of information that can help you towards your learning because I've learned so many things from the people I've engaged with in this business. So I have seen like you don't find this community in a traditional business setup because nobody will come there forth and tell you this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do. So in this business, like what how did I feel when I saw the video based training? It was just amazing because you don't need any experience. You can go through the you just need a laptop, internet and a smartphone. You do it at your own pace and I was able to do my own training within 2 weeks and set up my business. So I was consistent on that. And I just love the good vibrations that I get from even the weekly uh, webinars we have, on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So basically, those gives a good affirmations and energy for, yeah, I've got this, I can do this. So that's what I feel when I talk to any person in this community. I get a good vibration in terms of energy. Yeah, that's from my side. Thanks.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's right. Like our community is so. We say like our community is like a gem. It's like it's gold. Because like doesn't matter if you're really making a good amount of money or barely starting. You have a question, there is always someone that's going to ask it, going to answer, or it will show you what they did to get where they are, and without gatekeeping anything. Like they will share where they didn't did good, so you do better. So it's just amazing how our community, the I would say the values of our community give to each individual of us, and it's not just Canada team, it's not just Fiji team. It's like how global it is. So yeah, I love our community.
Yes, I think our community, like you said, is gold because we meet so many people and we learn so much from different people. And that comparison that you did between a traditional business and a digital business is so true because um, anytime somebody's trying to start a traditional business, people are just like, oh, let's see how they're gonna do. They're always waiting to see if you're gonna succeed or you're gonna fail because they've been through it. They found the way, but they're not gonna tell you the secrets. They're not gonna tell you what they did. You have to find out for yourself. In our digital business, when we become part of the business, we get the training and we get all the steps to do the business. No, you don't have to worry about not knowing what to do because everything is in that training, and plus you have the support of our community. and that's truly amazing about our business.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. That, like I said, like I mentioned before, like that was one of the first things, like I got in contact with was the community, and it was so huge. I mean, Jesse and Isabel, they were at the Calgary convention. I met Jesse, but I didn't get to meet Isabel, and that shows, I don't know if you at the Calgary convention. Oh no, you were not. Sorry, but there were like so many people in there, and there were not all of them, like all the business owners, they were not there, and it was huge, and they were like from all different parts of the world, and like hearing their stories, like it was very inspiring, especially as I was joining the business at that time, like I was brand new. So that was a very inspiring, and I love the faith in the community too. Like that was one of the things that I also loved when I joined. And like you guys were mentioning, in this community, there's no competition between each other. It's the opposite. It's the I would say that, like it's helping each other. Like we push each other, we
We have
motivate each other. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we have a common goal. We all are trying to get to the same place, and we're helping each other. We're giving everybody advice or giving them answers or showing them like, okay, this app is working for me. This is how it works. We're always there because we are trying to succeed together. We're hand in hand. We want everybody to have results because we all want quality time with our family because we all want to be free from a traditional job. We don't want to be under any schedules or anything like that.
Yeah. And also, because our community is global, like Jesse was mentioned, like if we need any help when we go to our flock community, it doesn't matter what time it is, you can ask the question and someone from another side of the world will help you and answer you. And then you get a new connection. You get to know someone from another part of the world. Like now we know you, Devina. So it's very amazing, like I love the community. Okay, so the next question.
All right, so Divina, how you share your experience with the training process?
Well, in terms of the training, I would say to the viewers who are watching us today, we have a community where we have web based. Most of our training is web based. So basically, what happens is that you can watch it at your own convenience. What I normally do on my trainings is that if I'm watching a webinar that I have missed the replay, I would just watch it when I'm cooking. So I just put it on, I listen, I do my cooking. So you can like do it at your time when you're like feeling more comfortable. And the thing is about this training is that it tells you how to set up your how do you set up your website, how do you advertise on all the platform that we have, like YouTube, Facebook, all the TikTok, all the social media platforms. Who does that? Who gives you all the packages of information and say, here, this is to you, please look at your own convenience? Nobody does that. Even in a traditional one, you don't find that. So the information is there, but the one thing I personally do is I set every day like 1 or 2 hours to watch those trainings, because if I'm gaining some information, it's to my advantage. It's going to help me in my business. So the viewers who are watching today, like have a look at, follow us and see what we are doing through our Facebook, YouTube, the platforms that we have, and see that we have a setup system that is a proven system, because we are exhaling and we're working for a company that is 50 years in the country. So let's put it that we are not coming out here and how would I say it, like coming and putting ourselves at risk. But the training that we have been given in this is just massive. You'll get so much information sharing. You will have to plan yourself very well. So I was just amazed with the training that was given to me, and I was able to set up my business within less than a month. So, is the consistency I had that helped me in this training, and yeah, that's from my side.
Yeah, so we usually talk good stuff about our training, yeah. I think
Yes.
I think we everyone is just saying good stuff. It's just because it's how amazing it is. So it doesn't matter how you learn, where are you in life. If you know about how to do it, it show you a step by step. You have your videos, you can do it and watch it at your own pace. You know, you have documents, you can read it. You have everything and they showing you, you can have your phone and watching the video and you going through whatever it is, so you have your time and you know to create your business successfully, because that's what we want to create a successful business. And the training give you all those steps, eh? And it's not just, and it's not the training was done like 5 years ago, so it's not updated or anything like that. It's constantly like you, every time you're getting something new and you're getting new information, you're getting accurate information. And you don't speak the language, don't worry, put the video, the subtitle on your language and learn at the same time. So it's based for anyone. Doesn't matter if you have knowledge about marketing or digital marketing. Doesn't matter where are you, you can always, if you follow the steps, you can always succeed on this business.
Yeah.
Yes, it is very true. Our training is very inclusive. It doesn't matter what age you're in. We have people in their 20s that are doing the business, and we have people in their 60 plus years doing the business. Those that are retired, they came and started this business. So the training is very inclusive. It doesn't matter if you're tech savvy, if you know anything about social media. It doesn't matter because the training is self-explanatory. It's going to show you step by step. It's going to teach you how everything works, and you don't have to worry about knowing everything. I can tell you for myself, I knew nothing about social media when I started the business, and I was able to do it. Anybody's able to do it as long as you're willing to change your life. This training is very easy to understand and follow.
Yes. Um, talking about ages, we like in our team, like I was one of the trainings that we had this week, and then we thought, like one of our team was 73 years old, and we thought that she was the oldest one, but we found out there is an oldest member. He's 85 years old, and he's
Mhm.
doing the business. So just to show you, anyone from any age can do this business, and you don't need to be tech savvy, because we provide the training and you have the community, you have the mentor, so you have everything, all the support that you need to do a successful business. You only need yourself and your mindset. Be open to adapt, to learn, to be perseverant and resilient, to do the business.
Be coachable.
Yes.
Yes, yes. And like Jesse said, we have this training with subtitles in whatever language is it that you feel comfortable with. The training, the main training is in English, but you can put subtitles in whatever language is it that you want. And for those of you who speak Spanish, we have this training in Spanish now, so you don't have to worry about that. We have everything to follow in our own language.
Yes. Okay, so the next question.
What advice do you have for individuals who feel secure in their current jobs and believe their jobs will remain stable until retirement?
That's a good question because I believe that there's no job that is stable. I'm a person, I will tell people my own personal experience. I have always worked on contracts. My jobs were never stable. I used to always work on short duration contracts. I used to always prove myself. I used to also burn out so fast, the energies that I used to drain out. So I would like to tell the viewers that don't take your job as it's going to be permanent, it's going to be there. there needs to be, like one of our sisters said, there needs to be one particular reason, and you can have a promotion, or you can have a demotion, or the company can even close. For example, like, countries can go through recession, cost of living is rising. So basically, what happens if the companies can decide that, oh, I'm going to close this branch or this sector? What are you going to do? That's when you have a reality check. You're going to wake up, hello, that I don't have a second stream. My family's gonna struggle. I had those challenges twice in my life. That was in 2014 and also in 2023, that I worked on contracts, and my contracts were due to restructure, program changing. I was not working, so my 9 to 5 job was never stable. So that is, even now, working in a stable 9 to 5 job, I know that I need to do something for myself. So when I found this business, and I started saying to myself that investing that 9 to 5, I'm only going to be paid for that 9 to 5, but anything out of that hours is my time. So what I do, I invest my free time in this business, because I'm going to make this business grow, and I own this. So I am the CEO, I am the CFO, I am the HR. So I will be the driving force for this business in terms. So I would say to the people out there, no job is guaranteed, because
Yeah,
my personal experience is that I have lost jobs, so I know. So yeah, that's from my side. Thanks.
I couldn't agree with you more about job security. There's no such thing, anything can happen. With the company or the people that you work for, they decide, if they want to cut back on personnel, if they are having trouble financially and they have to shut down. um, you never know what's going to happen in a traditional job. And I have a job, I still work my regular job, but I'm also doing this business. So you can do both. You can manage and you can schedule and you can run both things at the same time until you start making the desired amount that you want to make in this business. And then maybe at that time, you can decide to quit your other job or whatever. But the thing is, you have to have a plan B in case anything unexpected happens, because we never know what's going to happen, when you work for somebody else. So it's always good to have a second stream of income just in case, because if you lose your job, you still have to pay bills. That's not going to stop. You still have to feed your family. You still have to have a home. So it's always good to have a second job or a plan B in case anything happens, and have your family. How do I say this? You know that your family is going to be safe. You're going to have something for them, and you don't have to struggle, and you don't have to think, what am I going to do now that I don't have anything to give them?
Yeah, so we're doing this to telling our viewers, our people who are watching us, they're on the skeptical side, or they want to know more about the business. We want to say, like, the 9 to 5 job is good because that give you an income to develop in this business, and to pay bills, and to have food on the table. But that doesn't mean the 9 to 5 job is the main goal. So you want to keep that 9 to 5 job until you completely succeed, and where completely succeed in this business. As a nurse, it's a lot of job, a lot of good pay, but we don't. There is few people, or like really hard to get a full-time job as a nurse. So what does that give you as a nurse? Then you have to have one, two, or even three jobs, all part-times. Eh? So you can have that full-time hours, or that full-time pay. So if we can do that, we can do this business as well. So and have the time, have the effort to put on this business. Doesn't matter to 9 to 5, go for it. Always have 1 to 2 hours that you can spend on yourself, on your own security to succeed. Your own, because you're going to be your CEO, so it's up to you. You have to put your time and effort on this business, and make that $1 million, or whatever the goal it is that you're looking for. So That's what I'm telling to all the viewers today.
Yeah. Adding to that, sorry, I'm also active. I think I mentioned this on the other on another live, but I'm also active on LinkedIn. And I heard someone, like in the LinkedIn community, like he thought that he had a secure job. And then, like he went to I think a training or something like that. And then when he came back to his job, like on the day that he was supposed to start, he received a notification that he was let go. So that was a huge surprise for him, like to receive that, because he thought that, like he was doing well, the business was doing well. And then he got that notification. So that shows you there that, like any job is not fully stable. So you need to have a plan B, to be able to have that support income when you least expect it, for any emergency on anything that could happen in your life. And another example is, before I joined, like, well, I've been like off, like I started working in the movie industry, and then I left, and then I did some retail, and then I came back to the movie industry. But when I was in retail, I left before this happened. But like, like prices are increasing, and sometimes the companies are not making, or the stores, they're not making the money, so they have more expenses than what they're gaining as a profit. So in this case, like the rent, it was too expensive, and they were not getting the revenue that was required, to be able to be profitable. So eventually, the store that I was working on, they closed down. So a lot of people, they had to look for another job somewhere else, because that store closed down. So that's another example.
Mhm.
Okay, so we have a comment from Pat Keating. So he sent some flowers to us. Thank you, Pat.
Thank you, Pat.
Okay, so today we have talked a lot about a lot of things about, like someone joining, like the online business as a new person, like all the different perspective of the mindset, as we see, like having a job 9 to 5, it is good to have it, because you need to have the income, especially, and if you want to do the business, you also need to have your job before you eventually, you can leave your job and you get that income with the business. um but as you see, like having a plan B is necessary. So even though you have your job, you always need to have something as a plan B, just because you never know what could happen. It could be your health, it could be you get laid off, or you know anything that can happen. Like if you have a house and you need to pay the mortgage, and then like like you see, the because of the inflation, mortgage rates were like way out there. So many people are not able to afford to pay the mortgage payments. So yeah, so having a plan B is essential for this. So if you guys want to follow us on our pages, so the three of us, we have our Facebook pages. Devina has her YouTube, so you can follow her on her YouTube channel, Devina Ben Patel, and you can follow us in our pages on the screen. Um, and then if you want to know more about the business, we have our websites on the screen right now. So you can follow us, each one of us. And then you can register with your name and email address. You will receive an email notification, an invitation to our free webinar of 90 minutes, where you will learn about our business plan. And then you also hear members of our community who will be sharing their stories, doing, like the online business. Um, and also you get invited to our private Facebook group. So you get to meet other people in the community.
Mhm.
So thank you to all the viewers today who watched the live, and to those watching the replay. And of course, thank you to our special guest today, Devina,
Thank
for
you.
sharing her
Thank
story with
you.
us and with the
Thank
viewers.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Um,
for watching.
and then until the next episode of the Latin Voices, until next time, everyone. Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you for
Bye.
watching.
Thank you for watching.